And welcome to Repertory Company Theater's RCT360. And ladies, we made it to double digits. This is webcast number 10.
I'm in a box of 10 episodes.
I'm Deedra Sherm.
I'm Laura Alley.
And I'm Rachel Ratcliffe.
Now, ladies, you may be wondering why I'm not in my home studio right now. And there's a couple of reasons why. First of all, we can agree that sometimes car light is magical, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it means that bonus, I don't have to clean my house or keep my kids quiet. So that's great, but I'm going to be on the go here in just a minute. Now, before we take off, I want to get to our theme. And our theme is going to be introduced by something you're about to see. I have a question for you. What's better than a really good joke? You don't know, it's a really bad dad joke. So we have some special guests. Take a look at this.
Are you ready? All right, dad joke, take one.
What does a noisy pepper ask? None of your jalapeno business. Sorry, I got that wrong.
Do you know what 50 Cent did when he got hungry? 58.
You know, I used to hate a beard, but then it grew on me.
That was wonderful, ladies. For those of you who are watching who don't know, that was our three husbands and the father of our children. And if you haven't guessed it already, this weekend is Father's Day, and that's our theme for this week. It's Father's Day. What do you have to say, ladies?
Gotta love that man of mine.
We can't all do comedy. That's just what I have to say there.
Well,
person.
yes, it does. Well, I am wearing what was my dad's favorite Hawaiian shirt for when he was trying to be funny, thinking of him today and thinking of all of our fathers that are out there. Now, I'm getting ready to go on the go to take you to a place that's kind of special. But as I head on out, Rachel, are you ready to give us some quarantine confessionals?
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Deidre. And now it's time for the 10th episode of Quarantine Confessions. Come closer, closer, but not too close. We're back to not getting too close to one another. But here we go for today. My quarantine confession number 10 is that in quarantine, my tastes in television have become less discerning and oddly more like my father's at the same time. Let me explain. So, you may or may not know, but I have a toddler running around my home. And if you've ever had a toddler running around your home, hopefully yours or someone you know that they get kind of obsessed about one thing at a time. We've gone through several movies and shows, but right now we are obsessed with the movie Cars. We watch Cars so very, very much that it's almost just an unconscious acceptance of the fact that Cars is always on a television or an iPad somewhere in my house. Well, this past week, after I put my child to bed at a reasonable hour, as I am wont to do, the TV's still on and it's still on Cars. And I'm going about my business and I'm doing the dishes and I realize, 20, 30 minutes in, I'm still watching Cars. But here is the worst part. I have a favorite part of the movie Cars. And if you wanted to know, it's when the little Luigi pit stop car at the very end changes the tires really fast. It makes me laugh every time. Well, I was doing my dishes. I had my head down. I missed my favorite part and I went back to the television and ran it back. I ran back Cars for the 900th time so I could watch my favorite part again. This is on me. This is not on my toddler. But how does this relate to my father, you may ask? Well, I lost my father about 12 years ago. And the times that I miss him the most are when I think about how much of a kick he would have gotten out of my little 2-year-old boy. And one thing my dad loved more than just about anything was cars and car racing. He loved to go watch stock cars race. He loved to collect cars. That was his thing. And so I realized in watching Cars with my little boy for the 900th time, it brought me just a little bit closer to my dad and something I think he would have really enjoyed. So fathers, mothers, everybody, go watch Cars. It's actually a really good movie. And go hug the people that you love. And that is my quarantine confession.
Rachel, thank you so much. I want to say something super clever, but that just touched my heart. And tonight I'm going home to watch Cars with my 3 boys. Now, Laura, back to you with What you got?
Welcome to week 10 of Watcha, my segment where I give you recommendations on things to do, things to watch, things to buy. But we're going to start off with our Were Ya Watchin' trivia question based on last week's episode of RCT360. This is a hard one. What was Deedra wearing when she hugged her son at his graduation? If you need a hint, Lori Westbrooks commented on it. The first person to correctly answer in the comment section below will win a ticket to Clue the Musical, July 17th through the 26th. Make sure you pay attention to the full episode this week in its entirety. Our question next week could come from anywhere in the show because we want to know, were you watching? Next up on Watcha is a Watcha embarrassed about. I know we all have celebrity crushes. They make our hearts skip a beat. Well, I too have some celebrity crushes, but mine might be a bit strange, a little off the beaten path, if you will. So this is my Watcha embarrassed about celebrity crush top 3 list. All right, we're gonna start with my number 3 on the list, Russell Brand. Now I know. He's skinny, he's odd looking, has kind of a weird voice, but there is something about him that I am all in. What do you think, ladies?
Well, last night I was watching bedtime stories with the kids and he's on that, and my youngest was like, I like him. He's got some personality that's a lot of fun.
Right?
You on Russell Brand. He's oddly, look, hey, everybody's here. He's oddly kind of sexy and he's smart, he's funny. I'll buy it.
And if you, I know she's crying because she loves Russell Brand. I get it. I know it's so hard to not have Russell Brand in your life. If you ever watch him on Instagram, he's actually kind of inspirational now that he's not on drugs. All right. And number 2, I feel like you're not going to agree with me on this one. Post Malone. I know. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Are those tattoos all over his face? The answer is yes, there are tattoos all over his face. And was that a bad choice? Probably, but I don't know. It kind of baffles me, but I strangely dig it. I don't know.
Two roads diverge in a wood, and we're on 2 different roads on this one, Laura. I don't know. Get down with the face tattoo.
I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. I'm strangely in. Okay, and now I feel like you guys are gonna super judge me on this. But my most embarrassing celebrity crush is, drumroll please.
That wasn't it?
I'm on a stop sign.
Keith Morrison from Take My NBC. This man has the speaking voice of an angel. If he is still alive when I pass on to a better place, this dude better read my eulogy. If I commit a crime, he better interview me on Take My NBC. I'm just saying, this a silver fox right there, baby. This man probably knows what he's doing.
I love it.
I told you it was going to be embarrassing. I told you.
Love
well,
who we
that's it.
love, Laura. We love who we love. No
I know. Well,
judgment.
that's it for my Watcha embarrassed about. If you have any ideas on what you want me to try next week, please feel free to comment below. Deedra, back to you.
Laura, those were some really interesting and wonderful choices. Thanks for sharing. Now, ladies, I'm pulling in here where I have something special to share with you. Let me get parked and we'll get started, okay? Deedra.
go.
Ladies, I am standing here in front of Legacy Hall, where inside is Roots Chicken Shack, where I hear they have one of the best chicken sandwiches ever. Now, I know you may think differently, but I'm gonna go inside and find out for myself. So come on in and join me. Just north of RCT at 7800 Windrose Avenue in Plano, Texas, Roots Chicken Shack is ready to serve you from their Southern down-home cooking menu. But I'm here for the chicken sandwich that I've been reading so much about online. I'd like to order a spicy bird.
Spicy bird?
Yes, that's the good one, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, one spicy bird, please.
Okay.
And the banana pudding. Ooh, that looks great. Yes, that's it. And a water. Roots Chicken Shack chef and owner Tiffany Derry gained international recognition on Bravo's Top Chef and even received 3 Emmy nominations for her work on Top Chef Junior. The Dallas Morning News named her as one of the best chefs in DFW, and I was thrilled to see Chef Derry in the kitchen today. I'm so excited they're getting my order started. The spicy bird sandwich has a sweet potato bun, crispy bird with greens, tomato, red onion, spicy pepper, kimchi mayo, and pepper jack cheese. After the first bite, it's time to see how it tastes.
It's so good.
Back off. Back off. Back off.
So good. So good.
Ladies, I have to give Roots Chicken Shack 5 stars, not only for my experience, but also for the work that Chef Derry is doing in the community. And as I'm headed back out, I must say that I have to give this amazingly delicious sandwich 2 big thumbs up. So head over to Roots Chicken Shack. Hey, take your dad for Father's Day. Ladies, what did you think of that sandwich?
Ooh, that looks good. I'm hungry.
I love a sandwich.
It was so good. You need to get yourself over to Roots Chicken Shack as soon as you can and enjoy a wonderful sandwich. Now, Rachel, you got some trivia for us?
I do. I'm going to just pass this toddler off to someone else and we're going to have ourselves a time.
All right, take it away.
Hello and welcome to this week's segment of Broadway Trivia. We are so excited this week. We have our own resident Broadway expert, Laura Ali, as per usual. But today we have the Repertory Company Theater resident Ray of Sunshine, Chinazo Onwukike, who also has the most fun last name to say. I hope I said it right. It's always on the cusp for me, but welcome, Chinazo. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I am very not confident about anything that's about to
Oh, you got this.
That's what makes it awesome. So here's all you need to know for today. We're going to have a few questions. I'm going to call it in the 5-ish range. And what I need from you is a buzzer sound that will be your buzzer noise, so I know that you know the right answer. Laura, what is your buzzer noise today?
What I have learned from games past is that my sound has a delay because I believe I rang my bell much faster than Mr. Agnew, who screamed out the word dinosaur. So I'm actually going to do a visual of my koozie like this. No sound, just this. Got it?
You may have noticed by now that Laura is just this much competitive, just like this much. But have you been able to think in the interim of a sound that will bring you happiness?
Yes, I have. I will be going with a very strong, aggressive sound of ah! Right? Because I feel as if that will naturally happen.
I'm
gonna go with it.
I'm ready to play. Here we go with the first question. Now, as you know, this week's theme is all about fathers and dads. So today's questions more or less relate to fathers in Broadway. Question 1. Which rock chanteuse has a dad who is well known for playing Curly in Oklahoma? Is it A, Stevie Nicks, B, Bonnie Raitt, or C, Linda Ronstadt?
I'm just gonna guess.
That's kind of halfway, but continue. Yes,
I'm
yes,
gonna
Laura.
guess Linda Ronstadt. But I don't know.
No, sorry.
Do I get to guess for the right answer?
Yes,
You do. You get to steal.
I'm gonna go B.
B, Bonnie Raitt. You are correct. John Raitt, a famous singer in his own right, Curly in Oklahoma, and Billy in Carousel.
Did not know that.
Take that to the bank. Question 2. Question 2. In the musical and also, in real life, Hamilton, how did Alexander Hamilton and his son meet their demise? Oh, okay. Shaky sock.
By a duel.
Very good. That was more Charlie's Angels than probably it was in real life.
It was probably more like that kind of a
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know the details of duels beyond the songs in Hamilton. Yes,
That's
you
how
are
I-
correct. We are tied at 1-1.
feel a
Very well
pattern
played,
emerging.
ladies.
I feel a
All right.
pattern emerging. I just watch Laura wave away. Howdy, girl.
And clean up the wreckage. I like it. Question 3. In this Cole Porter song made popular by Marilyn Monroe in the 1960 film Let's Make Love, my heart belongs to who? Shaky sock.
Daddy.
Daddy.
Okay,
Yes.
listen.
Fun fact, if you go back and you look at those lyrics, she is not talking about the daddy that birthed her.
I don't think so.
Be aware.
Okay, I had to ask a question because I feel as if I am being slighted. Did I know the answer? No. Is that important? No. Okay, I feel like I'm being slighted here because are we supposed to wait for the completion of the question? Because Laura is prematurely waiting.
Wave away. No, you don't have to wait. No, just go.
That's a fair question. And more polite people would wait until the end, but Laura's not going to do it, Chinaza. So just go with it.
I did not have the answer.
Just go with it.
Make something up.
And are they all multiple choice? Is that what we're doing? Is this fill in the blank?
Maybe not. Okay, so
They're all different.
This one you're probably not gonna know, but I had to throw it in anyway. Maybe you will. We'll see. Okay.
Oh, all right.
That's always the best introduction ever.
Okay.
This beautiful song from the musical Closer Than Ever tells the story of an aging piano player father and usually makes me cry during the piano introduction. Is it A, If I Play, B, If I Sing, or D, C, If I Dance? Okay, she's waving her sock.
I'm a little confused about the A, B, and C. I'm gonna go with C.
If I Dance?
Yeah.
No, that's not the answer.
Just
The
a guess.
answer, Jill, do you want to try and steal
You
this
get to
one?
steal.
It rhymes with If I Fling.
I'm gonna go with If I Sing.
Oh my gosh, you got it!
Wait a minute.
And I really didn't expect you to know that, but for any musical theater nerd watching this, go ask the Google to play If I Sing from Closer Than Ever for you before Father's Day, because it is so beautiful and you will love it.
Oh, I don't want to cry.
Yeah, no, it's delightful. And then finally, Chinozo, we have a segment on Broadway trivia, which is I give you lyrics in the voice of a pirate that leans slightly Irish.
Okay.
And you tell me the song and the show that it's from. I don't even want to do it, but we get so many requests every single week that we just have to continue it.
Yep.
Laura knows it. I know it. We all know it. The country knows it at this point in time. So our final question, which is going to be the tiebreaker, talking like a pirate that's maybe from Ireland, name the song and the show while my children scream in the background. You will come of age with our young nation. We'll bleed and fight for you. We'll make it right for you. Yes, Laura.
That would be, excuse me, Hamilton.
And what's the name of the song, matey?
I'm sorry. Hamilton. And it is, which one is that? It's the one, Dear Theodosia, won't you?
Yes, correct. You got to it in the end. There was a question. You are our winner once again, Laura, but a strong showing by Chinazo.
That was the best competition I've had.
I want to understand
It
if
really
I
was. So you were welcome back for a rematch anytime.
A rematch?
Yes.
Was I drawn from a raffle? Like, how did this happen?
You were plucked from heaven, is what happened.
Plucked from heaven.
Except, I had a great time. I don't know what just happened, but I enjoyed it immensely.
And that's how you know it was good. So thank you, ladies. And back to you, Deedra.
Thank you so much, Rachel, for that trivia. And Chinazo, thanks for joining us. Now, I will have to say, I'm not sure that Laura had that entire answer when she buzzed in for the last one, but either way, she's our champion. And today, she has a really wonderful interview for us for Father's Day. Take it away, Laura.
My In the Spotlight interview this week is a blast from RCT's past. Please welcome to the webcast, Chris Vaya. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Laura. It's really good to see you.
It is incredible to see you. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do?
Sure. Well, I won't go back into everything I've been doing since my last time with RCT, but currently we are about to finish up 7 years in San Antonio, a little bit south of you guys down the highway. For the past 3 of those, I have been doing real estate. I had 20 years previous in professional Christian ministry that took me all over the world, but about 3 years ago, settled in as a realtor, and I absolutely love it. I've got a wife of almost 15 years, and 3 kids. Kayla is 10, Hayden is almost 8, and Caroline is 4.
Wow, that is a big group at your house. I love it. How do you balance having a full-time job and being a father of 3?
You know, I didn't think it was all that hard until the whole pandemic hit. And then we were having to homeschool a 4th grader, a 2nd grader, and a preschooler. And it was a challenge unlike anything I'd ever experienced. So I give my heart out to teachers. Thank you for all they do. But I think one of the great things about being a realtor is that I do have some flexibility in my schedule. And so I can be there on Saturdays for games, and I can be part of my kids' school and their educational life. I can be part of the PTA or things like that. So I really appreciate being able to have some flexibility there. And for me, the balance isn't necessarily that I'm home every single night for a dinner, but that I'm able to be part of their lives on a general scale, for sure.
What do you think the best thing about being a dad? What is the best thing about it?
You know, I love my favorite role as a dad and my favorite job as a dad is to be able to help my kids understand their purpose and their reason for being here. My wife and I firmly believe that they have a unique purpose that only they can fulfill. And so being able to walk with them and help them discover that on a daily basis is absolutely amazing. We named our middle son Caden, which means warrior. And so some of that, like that, is intentional on our part. Their identity and their purpose, but to be able to alongside them figure out, okay, these are your passions. These are how you can use your passions to make this a better place. And discovering that, even as a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old, there's just nothing like it.
Right. Well, you are definitely a super dad. And you were actually very involved helping your community in San Antonio. Can you tell us a little bit about that? And I think you actually did something today.
Yeah, so one of the things that is really a passion of mine is the foster adopt system. It's not something that my wife and I have been able to dig our feet into directly, but helping families and helping kids has been kind of on our hearts for a long time. So a couple of years ago, I started a program called Carry All Kids. And essentially what that is, knowing that when foster kids get taken out of whatever home that they're in for the first time and put into the foster system, a lot of times all they have is a black plastic bag with some ratty toys or whatever they're able to scrape together before they're escorted out of their home. So Carry All Kids gives some dignity back to these foster kids by giving them backpacks full of new toys, new books, new crayons, night lights to help them feel safe wherever they go, so they can have something that's theirs that they can hold on to that gives them some security in a very otherwise insecure type of situation. So this year I was able to partner with title companies, real estate photographers, and obviously my brokerage, my office has been behind me from day one on this and incredibly supportive. So I had a ton of people from inside my office come and give time and money for it. So it's absolutely great.
It's really inspirational. It means a lot to me because my husband was actually in the foster care system as a young child. So I can understand what that is all about. So going back to Father's Day, if you could pick, what would your ideal Father's Day, how would that look?
You know, so every year I do ask for a specific breakfast from my wife. A lot of Texans don't know much about this food, but it's scrapple and also sweet potato biscuits.
Scrapple, I'm intrigued by the word scrapple. I don't know what that is.
It's very yummy, but I'm not about to tell you what it is.
Okay.
It's a big thing on the East Coast where I grew up and where a lot of my family is. So that's my Father's Day breakfast every year. And then being able to spend time with my family outside. Hopefully the weather will cooperate this year for a bike ride or just walking around in a park, something like that. And then I like to finish off a Father's Day with just some time with my wife. You know, one of the things that's really important for me is to make sure that my kids look at our marriage as something stable. And the best way that I can do that is by spending time with my wife. So that to me is really important for Father's Day as well.
That's beautiful. Happy mom and dad equal happy kids.
It's true.
Chris, thank you so much for being with us today. I have to go because I have to go Google Scrapple and see what that is. And I know you have stuff to do. Thank you so much for being with us today. Hopefully you can get down to Dallas and see us sometime, or we can come down and see you in San Antonio. And thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Sounds great, Laura. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks, Chris. Goodbye.
Bye.
Laura, thank you so much for that inspirational interview on Father's Day. I just loved hearing it. Well, ladies, we've come to the end of our show, and number 10 is in the can. So, Rachel, Rachel, what do you have for us?
Well, other than a small person in my lap, I have a wonderful announcement. As we mentioned on the webcast last week, our theater is back open. Hooray! Our theater classes are back in business, and we have a very special presentation coming up of a super fun 1950s review, Shake, Rattle, and Roll. It's going to be on the stage with doggies, with or without doggies, on June 26th and 27th. The seating is going to be limited, obviously, so make sure you get your tickets in advance. And for those of you, who are thinking about safety right now, as we all are, we have implemented a very, very extensive list of CDC protocols to keep you safe, to keep everything clean. If you would like more information on those, you can go to our website, repertorycompanytheater.com, and read more. But in the meantime, get your tickets and join us for Shake, Rattle, and Roll.
Thanks, Rachel. And please don't forget to like and share and comment on our webcast. We're so glad that you're here. Laura?
And a reminder, our Were You Watching trivia question for this week is, what was Deedra Sherm wearing at her son's graduation video in episode 9? The first correct answer in the comment section will win a ticket to Clue the Musical in July. We want to know, where you watching? And a special thank you to my dear friend Lori Restbooks for stepping in for me last week when I was under the weather. It was above and beyond. I'd also like to wish a very happy Father's Day to the incomparable Mike Carter. As the amazing Mark Cannon once said to me, can you imagine what it would be like to have Mike Carter as your dad? Well, I don't have to imagine, because I already know. Dad, I love you. Happy Father's Day. Back to you, Deedra.
We all love my Carter, and we love you, and we're so glad that you joined us today. And we just want you to remember that I am,
You are.
We are.
RCT.
T. Can you see the lipstick that I got somehow on the bridge of my nose?
No.
Go wipe that off. Okay.
No, can't see it.
I don't know how I did that.
Do you guys need to know anything about the clips or anything, or?
No, I know my husband's bad dad jokes, so I'm good to go.
Okay.
He practiced several, and I picked the one he's going to do.
Oh, sweet Patrick.
He's practicing.
Hello.
You actually could be louder. Yeah.
How about if I get closer and talk to you like this? Am I loud enough?
Got into
You're
it.
creepy, so that's cool.
I am not wearing Mike Carter's shirts. I'm out. They're from a thrift store. They have random people's names on them. I'm good.
On
What's
Wookie K.
Oh, Wookie K. On Wookie K.
Yes.
That's awesome. Why am I not Rachel on Wookie K? Because that's so much better than my last name.
It is. It's much fancier.
This is not, I just wish I had some powder. I should have brought myself a little makeup.
We're not close enough that we can see
I
that.
had my mask and my hairspray, but I forgot my powder.
I don't know why, girls. I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't explain it.
That's strong. That's strong to very strong.
I know. Can't explain it.
And we have a very, very extensive list of CDC protocols that we have implemented to keep you safe and to keep our actors safe and to keep the doggies safe on this YouTube video that my toddler is watching.
Okay, I think we'll take that.
We 100% take that.
Yeah.
You want me to just one more time?
No.
No.
Grapple, also known by the the Pennsylvania Dutch name pan rabbit, is traditionally a mush of pork scraps and trimmings combined with cornmeal and wheat flour, often buckwheat flour and spices. The mush is formed into a semi-solid congenial loaf.
Ew, gross.
Sorry, Chris, I'm out.
Sounds
I'm out
great.
of Grapple.